like. Highest moisty interval. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you like.
Alright, what's up, motherfuckers? This is the first episode of Make Me a Fan podcast. So usually, it's going to sound a lot better than this. I'm recording this right now on my phone. Hey, some people do it. Some people can get away with it. I'm going to fucking try. You know, I downloaded a bunch of shit from my computer. I bought a bunch of fancy-ass microphones. Oh, I fucking suck at a lot of shit. I'll tell you what. It's like, right now I'm downstairs in my man cave, sitting at the bar with a nice tall glass of Jim Beam Black, extra aged bourbon. Straight, no rocks, no water, just 2 fingers. And that's how I'm going to start each episode off with. Every episode I'm going to have a guest. And we're going to start with a little toast to the podcast. So here is me taking a drink. That's good shit. So, okay. I'm sitting downstairs recording this right now. Still, I'm a little pissed off, sorry. So, upstairs, our floor is still not finished. We had some shitty ass carpet when we moved in, and we have 3 animals, 2 dogs and a cat, and one of the dogs, one of the cat, they're getting kind of older, so they have a lot of accidents, and they always go on the carpet. So the carpet was completely disgusting. Like, I wouldn't even lay down on it. So maybe fucking 2, 3, no, it was right before, it was a weekend before Thanksgiving. My buddy, shout out Brian Mork, the engineer, fucking great guy, came over, brought all his tools, his miter saw, all the good shit. Brother Travis, I call him TJ, or Tej, he's gonna be a guest, so he's got some fun shit to talk about. But anyway, he came over too, and the 3 of us spent 8 hours tearing up all the carpet and putting down the new hardwood laminate. And 8 hours, we got about 70% of it done, of just laying everything down. Then on Black Friday, my brother came back over. We spent 6 hours just trying to finish the rest of it. See, our front room, or, you know, whatever room you call it, it's in the front of our house. It's got a really tall cathedral ceiling, big window in front. We call it the Great Room. It's got a bunch of weird ass angles. It was built in 1975, and I guess around that time they're like, fucking 90 degrees is for fucking losers, man. Let's go fucking 10 degrees in this one, fucking 70 degrees over here, make it point over there, man. Just fucking whatever. Just yeah, it looks cool now. But so yeah, a bunch of shitty angles. Yeah, I'm not trying to make you a fan of carpentry. I'll get off this topic, but I suck at doing that shit. So now it's like 2 weeks later, and I still don't have the transition strip between our front entryway and the great room put in, and I don't have the 3/4 inch round molding put in, because I fucking suck at angles. I suck at math. Apparently, I also suck at trying to do audio shit on computers, because I bought a couple nice USB mics, downloaded some programs for the computer, did a bunch of research, and I got the mics tonight, and I was excited to do this episode. And of course, everything just fucking fell apart. It's just echoey. I can't figure out what to turn on, what to turn off. Can't hear anything. I'm like, how is all this advanced equipment still shittier than just putting my cell phone down and clicking record? It blows my fucking mind, and it really, really pisses me off. And I'm glad I didn't shower beforehand. Because I fucking hot as a bitch down in this man cave. Sitting at this bar. Wearing some thermal underwear. I think I'm about to take this shit off. That's right. I'm stripping on the radio. Fucking take these pants off here. Jesus Christ. Socks. Definitely take my socks off. I am not a fan of wearing socks. I'll tell you what. Okay, anytime I can go barefoot, I'm a happy man. Alright. So now I am just in a pair of thermal pants and a t-shirt. So I'm going full fucking white trash. Deal with it. So, alright. My podcast. What is it? It is called Make Me a Fan. And I'm a fan of a lot of podcasts. I think Joe Rogan Experience got me into podcasting. Listen to him. I listened to How Did This Get Made with a couple guys from the league about shitty movies. And the Sofa King podcast out of Bakersfield. They kind of do like a different topic each week. 3 guys. Good friends. My show is probably going to borrow from a lot, but it's also its own concept. I don't want to do like a Bill Burr podcast where I just sit here and I talk shit, kind of like I'm fucking doing now, just stealing his whole stick. My goal is to have people come in that are passionate about something. Something that I probably don't know a lot about, because I don't want to be biased one way or another. So I want them to come in and share it with me. You know, I want to know what's so cool about whatever they love. It could be anything, you know, your favorite sport, favorite movie, a band you really love, you know, why doggy style is the best style, face down, ass up. It could really be anything. So this first episode, I thought it might be fun since I have guests lined up. I have probably half a dozen people that are interested and they have ideas and they're coming on, but no one wants to be the fucking first guest. Yeah, TJ, I'm calling you out. You little bitch. You better not chicken out. I will slap you. So I figured my first episode, me try to make you a fan of my podcast and of my comic book. Yeah, not only am I a podcaster, I'm also a cartoonist or a comic book artist. What do you call it? I don't know. I do all that shit. That's why I need a guest. If you don't hear me drinking whiskey on the air. So today's episode is sponsored by Adventures in Alcoholism, which is my comic book. And alright, I'm gonna try to play this out like I'm the host, Sean McGregor. My guest today is comic book artist Sean McGregor. So I don't know. I'm not gonna do voices for both of them. Hopefully you can figure out what's going on, because I don't. I'm angry right now that my audio shit didn't work, so I'm drinking a lot of whiskey. But alright, not wearing pants. I'm about to strip down to my boxers, actually. If you're a guest, I'll keep pants on, unless you want a pantsless episode. That's fine. I don't care. I'm open. Alright, so Sean, you're a fan of something called Adventures in Alcoholism. It's apparently a comic book. Alright, make me a fan. What is it? Alright, well, first off, it's not a comic that's to be taken seriously, alright? It's all a joke. Basically, normal guy, kind of a loser with a drinking problem, that has crazy shit happen to him. And when he drinks, he gets superpowers to deal with that crazy shit. Or maybe when he drinks, crazy blah, 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 blah. Or, yeah, maybe when I drink, I get superpowers. Down the hatch. Anyway, yeah, or maybe he just thinks he has superpowers. See, that's really kind of the joy of the comic. You don't really know what's going on. So, you don't ever know if it's like real life or just like the mind of a drunk person. So it gets really kind of like philosophical in a dumb way. And you really gotta just try to figure out what's really going on. No, that's I fucking know what I'm gonna say, so I can't ask any intelligent questions to carry this interview along. So I'm just gonna keep on talking about how I started it and shit like that. So I was in a pretty popular band. Lead singer might be coming on, maybe. Joe, what do you think? Don't be scared, homie. So anyway, I just got quit / got fired from this band that I was friends with. And like I said, the lead singer was one of my best friends, and kind of broke up over some bullshit. Anyway, so sorry, I'll try not to clear my throat on the podcast. I was working third shift, and it was basically like a hobbit. All I did was work, come home, play with my dog, Brody. You'll probably hear Brody's name a lot in this podcast because he's fucking awesome. He is going to be 11 in March, and he's a Rottweiler German Shepherd. I might do an episode just on why you should be a fan of this motherfucker, because he's a cool-ass dog. So I'd come home, play with him, get drunk. I didn't have, like, cable or internet back then. I mean, this was like 10 years ago. But I was still recording music at the time. Yep, that's right. Podcaster, comic book artist, and musician. I do have a lot of music recorded, but I won't do an episode on that because my music sucks. But yeah, that was it. I'd get off work at 7:30 in the morning. Pick and Save didn't start selling alcohol until 8 a.m. And their liquor department was like caged off, so I'd have to just wait outside. It'd be like 8:05, and they still have the fucking cage up. And I'd start fucking shaking it like a fucking zombie in a stupid Walking Dead show. Like, I'm tired. I work third shift. Give me fucking alcohol. But anyway, one morning I got really fucking wasted, and I woke up that night. And I remember having this really crazy dream. So I wrote down some notes, and I went to work. And the job I was working at was union, so of course I never really worked. I didn't do shit. So during my shift, I jotted down my dream and thought it would make a really cool short story. So I wrote it down, sketched out some storyboard ideas, because yeah, that's right. Podcaster, comic book artist, musician, actor, producer, director, editor. I dabble in everything. All of it pretty much sucks, but, whatever. Gotta keep the mind busy, right? So, yeah, I did some storyboards, and got done with work, repeated the process, and got wasted again. Apparently took the storyboards way further. That gave birth to the comic. When I woke up, I had like 5 pages of comic sketched out, so went to work, thought about it, got done in the morning, got drunk, hammered out a shitload more, and that eventually became what it is today, which is almost 10 issues, I think. So making an issue, it's not as easy as people think. Probably way fucking harder than doing a podcast. Like, I'm just talking in my phone right now. Whatever. I tried doing computer shit that didn't work, but I do my my comic book somewhat on the computer. I try to stay faithful to the beginning. I start by just sitting down, breaking out my old comic collection, which is pretty fucking big. I got a giant, how many? 1, 2, 3, 6 drawers of just all like graphic novels and shit. Half-price books. They're not my sponsor, but I love them. So anyway, break out the comic collection and get wasted. And once I'm good and buzzed up, start thinking about ideas, shit that's going on in my life, whatever, and I just start sketching out shit. Just recently, I started putting notes like in the word bubbles because I'd wake up and forget where I was going or what I was writing, and I'd have to get drunk again and try to piece it all together. But yeah, read comics while getting drunk, draw. Next day, I'd get drunk, ink everything with the permanent marker. Following day, I'd get drunk, scan everything into the computer, open it up in Photoshop and color it. And then following day I get drunk and fill in the text. Nowadays it takes me a fucking way longer than that. I'm working on these 2 new issues now for fucking like 5 months now or something. Got most of it inked. Luckily I draw issues on my phone now too, using the Samsung Note 4. I don't want to upgrade because I don't have $800. Maybe if I get some sponsors on the show, I can afford a new phone or a microphone for my computer that works. But yeah, so now I try to do a little bit better. After I get drunk and pencil and sketch everything, I make notes so I can try to remember it the next day. Then, I can outline whenever I want, even if I'm sober. I used to like trace and then erase everything, but that shit fucking sucks. You get a little eraser shit all over the place and you fucking don't erase everything right. So I built my own light box. But one of the problems with my comics, especially if you started reading it in the beginning, is typos. Typing drunk is dumb. Don't type anything while you're drunk. Don't do anything while you're drunk. Just sit down. Just calm down. Do a podcast while you're drunk. That's what I'm doing. So lately, even if I type while drunk, I'll save it with layers so that I can spell check it the next day while I'm sober. So yeah, sketch everything in pencil, including notes for dialogue and shit. And I draw everything in Sharpie using the light box because erasing sucks. And then I scan it in a fancy computer, pull it up in good old Photoshop, drop the contrast to make the black super black, Black Lives Matter, and make the white super white, hashtag Trump. Then pull up the old pages I have saved to match up the colors that I need to fill in, maybe fill in any lines that I didn't connect using the Sharpie or the pen, make any word bubbles I need to, and then I just kind of like finalize the story and add dialogue, compress it, and fucking upload it. If I was a podcast host and I read this fucking comic, which I have read this comic, I'm probably one of the few people that actually have read this full comic. I would wonder how people feel about being portrayed in this comic, because not everyone is portrayed in a positive light. And that's a really good question to ask. And I asked it to myself, bitches. So, here's the answer. When I got started, I didn't give a fuck. And now that I'm a little older and nicer, I usually try to get new characters' permission to use their likeness, but I'll still draw and portray them however the fuck I want. If they know me or the comic, they should know what they're in for. I make fun of a lot of things and, a lot of people, but I mostly try to make fun of myself. Because I'm kind of pathetic, and I got my problems, so I'm the star, but in a bad way. I try to shit on myself the most. And that's the way it should be if you're shitting on other people. I mean, my friends and people I love that I tease and shit on are in the comic, and it's all love. And they should know that. I mean, I've had people get mad because they aren't featured enough or they didn't make the cover, but it doesn't matter. I never fucking let anyone dictate my comic. Just like I know, blah, 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 blah. Time for some more whiskey. And we just have another finger, Mr. Jim Beam. Oh, fuck, I'm ripping off Bill Burr right now singing in my fucking phone. Whereas he would say, singing in my phone. Okay, I don't do Bill Burr impressions. Alright, so, what the fuck was I saying? So yeah, the people I fucking, I tease, you know, like, it doesn't matter. They know I fucking love them. Like, it's all my friends. I mean, there are some people in there that I purposely made fucking super shitty because they're not in my life anymore, so they can go fuck themselves. But I never let anyone dictate my comic, just like I'm not going to let anyone dictate my podcast. So if it's just me talking to my fucking phone to myself because I can't get guests or I can't get sponsors or fucking I can't get this stupid computer to fucking work or whatever, I don't give a fuck. Because right now, I'm having fun, I'm drinking whiskey, and using my brain, man, I guess. So anyway, yeah, the comic art, pretty bad. It's been described as kind of like Beavis and Butthead meets like Deadpool, and the stories are pretty dumb, and a lot of them are rip-offs, but I don't like to call them rip-offs. I like to call them like what's it called? Like salutes. Like I salute this comic arc, like kind of like a nod to like you know, the Drunk Knight Rises. It's like the Dark Knight Rises, shit like that. But the grammar and spelling, they're fucking horrible. Sorry, my wife always fucking gets on me about it. I think she actually does read the comic to make sure I'm not putting any other hotter girls than her as a fucking lead female role. Not there's a lot of female roles in there, but I don't know, whatever. At least it's honest and it's true to itself. And that's all I want from this podcast. Like, I just want people to come in here, fucking tell me about something cool. Let me ask some stupid questions. You know, I'm not that bright of a guy. I don't pretend to be. I just want to talk to cool people about cool shit. And, yeah, just have fun doing it. Drink some fucking whiskey. Oh, fuck. This podcast is only like 22 minutes, 30 seconds long. Is that too short for a first podcast? I was going to do Kabaddi. Yeah, maybe I'll save that for another episode. I don't know if I can do longer than 20 minutes for Kabaddi. See, if I had a guest right now, we'd still be talking about, like if I was actually interviewing myself, we'd still be talking about, like, the first fucking issue. When the main character shows up in a trench coat, kicks a fucking pregnant woman through a trailer, and then a bunch of blue babies attack him, and he turns into a fucking Hulk with Wolverine claws and fucking kills them all. Yeah, we'd still be talking about that. But I don't have a guest. I just have me. I just gotta talk. And I don't know what else to say, because I was just talking about my comic, and now I'm talking about my podcast. So, I don't know. Hopefully you like this shit. Hopefully you get an idea of what it'll be like with guests. I mean, that's the main thing. It's not just gonna be me fucking sitting here like a fucking asshat talking in my fucking phone all the time. Taking fucking 4-second breaks to drink Jim Beam black extra aged bourbon. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you want to be a guest? Hit me up. Let me pull this up real quick. Did it fucking close on me? I think it did. But you can find me. Well, you probably already know where to find me because you found this episode. But on Facebook, I am finally. I'm not a fan of Facebook. I'm finally at Make Me a Fan podcast. Fucking Facebook, you have to be over 25 likes to be able to get a URL. Facebook. And when you post something, say you got 25 people that follow you on Facebook. You got 25 people that follow you, you post, 2 will see. Can't tag anyone. So you share it from your normal page. You have 200 friends. The page only has 25. You share it. 10 people just saw it. Facebook is such a fucking joke. But also on Instagram, I like Instagram way better because it's just you post a picture, do some hashtags, people like it. And then you want to look through Instagram and it's just whatever you follow. My Instagram is a lot of like cosplay, a lot of Rottweilers, a lot of UFC, comic books, and then of course my friends and then like midget tossing, just like shit like that. So yeah, Instagram is at Make Me a Fan Podcast. My email is makemeafanpodcast@gmail.com. The only thing that's different is Twitter, because Twitter restricts how long your name can be, so I am just Make Me a Fan. That's it, at Make Me a Fan. So that's my social media shit. I guess I should tell you where you can find out how to read the comic that I just spent the last, 25 minutes talking about. You can read that at adventures dot... Or no. I fucked that up. I'm trying to do two things at once here. I'm trying to type something into adventures in alcoholism. You can read that at adventures-in-alcoholism.com. That's adventures-in-alcoholism.com. You can read I think I have 8 issues up now. I'm working on issues 9 and 10. Or you can become a fan on Facebook at Adventures in Alcoholism, or on Twitter is at McGregor Comics, because my last name and my comic. Because Twitter restricts how fucking many characters you can use for your little handle. Because if we get too long with our handles, then it might be 140 characters, and then we just will totally ruin the whole thing about Twitter. I just fucking can't stand Twitter. Don't follow me on Twitter. Fuck Twitter. I hope it dies. So yeah, that. And if you want to follow my personal Instagram page, it is the official Sean McGregor. I think. I don't know. Something like that. You'll find me. But yeah. Thanks for listening. I hope I made you a fan of this podcast, and hopefully we'll have guests soon. And I don't know. Hopefully we can get this shit all worked out. All right. Stay black. More whiskey.
Oh shit. Spitting laws, smoking holes, feeding leftovers, three-legged dog. I'm a fan of it. Oh shit. One man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's pain is another man's pleasure. It's out of style, sure drives me wild. I'm a fan of it. Oh shit. Old turntable, vinyl record, hand me down to Black and Decker. I'm a fan of it. Oh shit. One man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's pain is another man's pleasure.
You still listen to this shit? But unless you like this song, you probably fucking turned it off. Now you can hear me sing. Oh shit. Yeah. This could have been my theme. Fucking Brian Cobb. Or no, Brent Cobb. Shit. Brent Cobb.
Singing in storms. When I think of him, I think of home. I'm a fan of it. Oh, yeah. Now Grandpa's trash is my treasure. Don't feel no pain, only pleasure. It was out of style, sure drove him wild. So I'm a fan of it. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm a fan of it.
Oh, shit. Alright, motherfuckers. That's the podcast. Thank you so goddamn much. I love all